Welcome to another video from DIY Daily. Just got a full step-by-step guide today showing you how to fit a new indicator stalk, this one here, on this 2011 Peugeot 107, same as the Citroen C1 and the Toyota Aygo. It's quite a common issue on these. I've just put the ignition on there. This one's not actually working in either direction. The most common issue you get is that normally you put it into the full position, it won't come on, but if you just hold it back slightly you might get it to click on, and sometimes they'll go on but they won't self-cancel. So now there is a fix that you can do with a stalk, but it is a bit of a temporary fix. It doesn't last too long. With the price you can get them for now, it's worth just fitting a new stalk. So we've got this new piece here. You can just see it comes as a stalk, and it's actually got the centre piece here with it as well. So you can get these for quite reasonable money now. If you check out the description below, I'll put links to where you can get one of these from. This was a Haas one. I think I paid 48 quid for it. So check out the links in the description below, and I'll put a few options on there for a few different brands that you can get. So what we'll do to start with, we're just going to I'll just show you, put the steering wheel to the left there, and you can see we've got this Phillips behind there, and same when we do it to the right, we've got a Phillips behind there as well. So just going to take these two Phillipses out to start with. And just before we get into the video, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, just click on the red subscribe button below. We've got some other 107 C1 videos on there as well. There's a wheel bearing and a few others, and there'll be some more to come as well. We'll just get these Phillipses out. Once I've undone these two, I'll be able to pull this top cowling off here and just pull it upwards. Sometimes you might have a rev counter on here. If it has, again, you can just pull it up, but you just have to just work it around the rev counter a little bit. I'll just get the two Phillipses out for now and the top cover off, and then I'll show you removing the bottom. Now that we've got the top section of cowling off, if you just come down underneath, you've got the steering wheel adjuster here, and just to the rear of it, up that hole there, you can just see you've got Phillips screw in there as well. And if we take that out next, and then take the key out of the ignition, we should be able to drop the lower section of the cowling down. So now that we've got the bottom cowling off, the next job we're going to do is remove the airbag. And just coming around each side, you can see we've got two little holes there with a torque screw in the back, that side, and same again that side. Now you're going to want a Torx 30 socket to remove it. If you check the links in the description below, I'll put some links to some of these, because these long reach ones are quite handy, just for getting the right bolt. Sometimes you can't really quite get in with the shorter sockets. I'm just going to unscrew them. Once I've got them out, I've just got my little flat bladed screwdriver ready. So all I'm going to do is just gently pull the airbag forward, and then we've got some connections to undo. But I'll get the airbag out first, and then I'll show you undoing them. So just gently lent the airbag forward. You've got a couple of connections here. This one there, you might as well just undo it at the clip there. Just so you just pull that down, pop that out, really straightforward. And this main one on the airbag here, all you need to do, your little flat braided screwdriver, just pop the centre up. Once you flick the centre up, you should be able to just pull that out there. So just pop the airbag out of the way. The next step, we're just going to need to remove the steering wheel. And before you remove the steering wheel, it's always ideal just to paint mark it against the, well, just take the nut off, and then we'll paint mark it against the splines there, just so we know we put it back on the same place as well. And we'll just get that off, and I'll just run you through what size the nut is there as well. I've got the buzz gun out just to undo it. It's you've got a 19mm socket to get it undone. And so you can just hold it and undo it with the ratchet if need be. So now that we've got the nut off, you see this one hasn't got a master spline on it, so it can basically go any position. So all I'm going to do is just put a little paint mark, just line it down, and then mark it on here, just so I can put it back in the same place. You can just see there, so we weren't holding the camera at it square, but if I'm holding the camera at it square on, it just gives you a bit of a guide just to know where you're putting that back on. So we've done that. So now that we've put the paint mark on there, next thing I'm going to do, just to crack it off and just get a bit tight on, is just put the nut on just lightly, just so that I'm just going to give it a light tap so I'm not tapping the shaft or damaging the threads. I'm just going to use a copper hammer and just give it a light tap on the end there, and it should just be enough just to crack it off. Sometimes you can just work it side to side a bit and you might just get it, but just a few light taps with a soft hammer normally works. So we'll just try that next. I've got it there. And just wind the nut off now, and remove the steering wheel. Right, so now that we've got the steering wheel off, the next thing, you just need to be really careful with this. This is your airbag squib here, your rotary switch for the airbag. Now how this works, it's got a coil inside it, and it'll only turn so many turns to the left and so many turns to the right. If this spins round and gets put out of sync, you're likely to damage that ribbon inside it and it'll break it. So all you need to do is just make sure that this here, so that turns there, just make sure that stays in a still position when you take it off. But all I'm going to do, I know that that was bang on at the top there, so I'm just going to keep that there. And we're going to get all these connectors out of the way now. You can't really go wrong with them, just take them all out because they'll only fit in one place. But if you can get all them out, all they are is just simple push tabs just to get them out. So just get them all out of the way now, and then we'll pull this rotary switch off and just put that down somewhere out of the way where it's not going to be disturbed. So with them connectors out of the way, I just forgot to say as well, to remove the airbag squib, all you need, there's 3 little tabs. You've got one there on that side, another one there the same on that side, they just won't burn down, and then you've got one there that just runs the opposite way on the top, just hooks around the back there. So if you just flick all 3 of them off, you can pull that back. Right, so you can see we're fairly well stripped down now. The next thing we're going to do is just need to get this piece off now. To do that, you've got a little clip in the back here, so we're just going to take the cluster out of the way as well. I'm not going to fully disconnect it, but we're just going to undo these 2 10mm, one either side there. We can get that out of the way, then we should be able to get that clip off. Now that we've got that out of the way, just need to pull it up, just get it out of the way high enough, just far enough. Just so you can see this clip here, it's just a little spring clip. All you need to do, I've just got a pair of needle nose pliers, and just grab that either side of that, pinch it together, and we should be able to slide this off as one piece. So we'll just get it off now. Right, so we've now got the whole unit off, but obviously ours only comes just as the half section there with the indicators on it. We're just going to swap the wiper stalk over. It's really straightforward. All we're going to need to do to remove this, it's just in the centre there, this little tab there. We're just going to need to push that down with a flat bladed screwdriver, and that'll just pop out. We'll just mount the camera up while we do that quick. Simply just pops out. Just put that into the new one. that's it, everything's back together. As you can see, it's not been too bad a job really. The new one comes with a new clip on it, so we can just guide that on. As you were taking it off, it is quite tight. Obviously getting it on will be easier, but it just sort of hooks over the back as well. So when you're pinching your old one up, you just need to give it a little bit of a pull to get it off. So, but as you can see, yeah, not too bad a job. I thought I'd share the video with you all in case it helps someone having a go at theirs and making it a bit cheaper doing it yourself. So, but we'll just start putting this all back together now. I'll just run you through it all, but I might just speed the video up a bit as we're putting it back. At this stage now, I've just got back to putting the steering wheel back on. Obviously, I've just going to buzz the nut up just lightly with a buzz gun. But if you're doing it by ratchet, it's just you don't have to be mega tight with it, just a good nip really. So I'm just going to give this a quick buzz up with the gun. So, and then we'll get the airbag on it, nip back up, and once the airbag's on, the connectors are on there, so it's safe to turn everything back on, just make sure everything's working again. Instead of light nip with a buzz gun, I do like to just give it a bit of just a nip by hand just to make sure. Always nice to just do the final nip by hand, just so you've got just so you know, just by feeling yourself exactly how tight it is. Obviously, when reconnecting your airbag, just make sure again you push the yellow in, push the orange in first, and then pop the yellow back in, because that's like a securing pin, so it can't come out. And then you can just slot that when you're sort of guiding it back on, just have a quick look at your wires, just make sure they're all nicely going into place as well. At this stage now, just before putting the cowling on, all the wires are back on, so I'm just going to turn the ignition on. Just tested it there. That's everything working spot on now, so a nice little fix. I'll just run just leave the video recording while I'm finishing it off. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a quick thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.